The year is 1405. The Lahamm Archipelago is living a time of unrest. The war between Saria and Ingleton is raging. The defection of Commodore Henry Morgan led to the assassination of Queen Rada Hungarian. King Henry IV, filled with hatred and pain for the loss of his wife, started to call upon every available sailor to join the war and retaliate against the enemy. In the middle of the archipelago, Aegeus finally declared his independence and now is looking to build a strong nation. On the other side, the end of the War of the Coin left the Republic of Calgary in desperate need, and Fradiker seems willing to help in exchange for territory and resources. But a new religious movement is slowly building inside of this old kingdom, threatening to break it apart. In the south desert nation of Aegyptus, a civil war is threatening the commercial alliance with Obolwa. If the leaders of those oligarchic nations do not put a stop to this madness, there will be no commerce in the future. Welcome. I'm Hunter Storyteller David, and this is Tales of the Forgotten Seas. A brand new show that explores the lives of a group of fantastic characters involving the vicious and complex stories that I created. Are they some swaggering anti-heroes? Strange, fascinating one? Maybe some social revolutionaries? Set sail with us in this fantastic world and discover the true meaning of adventure. Welcome to the first episode of the Tales of the Forgotten Sea, a brand new show that will introduce you to a completely new tabletop RPG, and we are playing together in front of you. But who is the people that are playing with me? Please, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Phibos, or Phoebs, and I play a small human whose name is Euphemius Riverbank, but they call him Ember because of his stage name, Ember Beastbinder.
Hey, I'm Francesco. I play as a Cephiota called Riska Harper. It's an alchemist with a thief background from Ingetir.
A lot more about that later.
Okay. Hello, I am Alex. I play as Jean Leon. I'm a human from Fradeker, and I'm a bit of a bard, a bit of a performer, a bit of everything.
And now, last but not least,
Hi, my name is Ariro. Archie, if it is a little bit difficult for people out there. I am playing Hazel Gallagher. It's a human Karasix, and a little bit of a fighter.
yeah, a little bit of a wild woman, a little bit
Oh
of
no,
a
we
fighter.
lost David.
Let's see.
No, I'm
Let's
not
see.
David.
Don't worry, guys, because
Am
no
I
matter
the
if
only one who's seen him lagging?
No, you're not.
that's the best part about recording, we don't need to worry about lagging because I keep recording no matter what's happening.
It was so fun. Your lag was so funny.
Let's start with a bang. Great. So, as I said, this is a new tabletop. It is set in a completely new world. You heard a lot of different words that you're probably guessing what the heck is that. What is a Siphiotis? What is Ingeri? What means Fradiker? And a Karasix. That's a lot of things that you are going to learn step by step with us as we play. So, speaking of playing, today is a little bit of an introduction. We are going to meet our character, we are going to have a little bit of time with each one of them to understand what they are doing, how. And as the introduction, we are going on rotation. So, Phoebs, you play Ember Beastbinder. This small guy that are trying to be big in the show business at the moment. You're working, if I'm correct, in a circus. can you tell a little bit more about this?
All right. Ember is. I think Ember can be described best by the words easygoing. He likes to lay back, he likes to have fun, he likes good company, he likes good wine, he likes good food. He's not about the good life, he's about life. Right now, he's in the circus because that's where luck took him. He's a bit of a feather in the wind. He's working with animals, so that's why the beast binder. But he's also working with pyrotechnics, and that's one of the reasons they call him Ember. The other is his red ember-like hair, like yours. Ember is from Aegeus, which I think we will discuss about this later. It's a small island, kind of Mediterranean, kind of laid back like him, and I wanted him to encapsulate Aegeus's one of Aegeus's sides.
Yeah, I will say that now the island where you come from is definitely a little bit more laid back. For years and years and years, it was the epicenter of a lot of war and conflict and other political machination that are good for us at the moment. A little bit quiet, a little bit more. Not completely. I would say the word is not a peace, but is at least peaceful for you on your side of things. And we open our scene with you in the main tent. The show has been good. You were holding down, helping with some of the animals. At the moment, you are trying to put up this show. They use some kut. They are like kind of a chicken size birds with a massive beak, a little bit rounded, almost like toucans. But they have a kind of reptile kind of structure on their body, even if they are covered with feather. A long tail, and they usually quite social. Some people find them a little bit funny and strange looking because their color is going between deep blue to pink. And they made this strange sound. This is the reason why people usually call them kut. As I said, some people love them, some people found them a little bit annoying. But at the moment, they are in your care, and you're still learning the rope on this beast mastery things. You're still not big hit on the show, but your pyrotechnic is getting good and also getting a lot of attention. So your suggestion of putting up a little bit of fireworks at the end of the show was something that the ringmaster was quite okay with it. And speaking of, you are getting some rope back together and etc. One of your friends of the circus is sweeping the floor to make sure that the sand on the ring is even. And the ringmaster is holding some papers, and they're just looking at them. And after a few seconds, they just call you over. About this man, do you want to tell us something?
All right. I approach the ringmaster.
Mm-hmm.
I greet him happily. What's his name?
Oh, that was my question, but that's okay. His name is Vardis the Magnificent, and is quite a rounded man with a nice beard. Is in his late 40s, beginning close to 50s. He probably has some Ictian Seritan in his blood, because on the side of his neck even if he's completely human. He has some vestigial gills. Probably a grandfather, or maybe even his father, was a member of the Ictians race. A race that everyone in the archipelago known as the merfolk, the sea dweller. Usually well known to be underwater, but in the past few centuries, a lot of them started to move on the surface and mingle with the rest of the people. Vangelis is just keep looking at the paper. Oh, come here, come here. So, Ember is calling you with, or he call every one of you with your stage name. I got a gig. The problem is we are deep into this show for the next three weeks. So I need to send someone in order to set up the place, make sure that we have enough for the main tent and all the trailers for the rest of us. I know you're still, you just came up with the idea of the fireworks, and I appreciate that. But I need also someone trustworthy to go there ahead. Do you feel it's something that you would like to do?
First of all, I bow theatrically when I approach him, and I greet him again as theatrically as I can, and I wanted to look intentional, like, "Oh, great ringmaster, good evening. How may I serve you today?"
It doesn't have a
And
hat, but it just do this with the gesture, like I did right now. So after he
after after he tells me his proposition, how far should I travel?
that's the problem, my friend. So after the show, I've been approached by this farmer, or anyway, someone that came to see the show, and they are traveling back to Ingtir. And so it's a list 3 weeks trip. But there is a festival in this place called Rock Hill, and apparently they want to make a show. And they saw us, and they thought to call the entire circus.
Okay.
The mayor of the town sent him on a lookout to find performer and etc. Apparently is a big deal, and they offer a good down payment just to make sure that we are booked.
Bardis, you had me at festival.
Okay, good.
No,
So
no need to sell it anymore. Just point me to the direction, and I will go there.
okay, so this guy and part of the crew is leaving the town in probably 3 or 4 hours, and apparently it's quite deep into Ingetir. It's not like closer to the border, so good for us. We are not seeing the war. We are probably not gonna get involved. But yeah, that means you're going to lose the next 3 weeks of the show. I know it's a lot to ask.
Look, I like being here, and I always enjoy blowing things up. But if this means that I can find more jobs for us, then even if I have to also attend a festival of some sorts, then that's a big bonus for me. So, okay, 3 weeks. I think I can manage. Will I be alone or will I be with anybody else?
Oh, I'm thinking because you know Rosalita. No, she's too busy reading cards at the moment. I was thinking let's send her with you. Uh, maybe Mark. No. Sorry. No, you need to take care of the lions, so I can't let him go. Let me think about it.
Okay, I will let you. I will let you take your time with this. I'll be attending to my pocketbooks.
Yeah. By the way, I know that juggling bombs is exciting and etc. Next time, don't put them in the hand of of the people of the crowd. They got just scared. They don't fight. I mean, it's exciting. Don't get me wrong, but they just some. I we got our problem there. Okay, so just calm
By the
down.
way, I've already begun walking away, and as I walk away, I yell, I promise nothing.
He shook his head with a smile, and he just going back down on his paper. And speaking of another person that is in the main right now is has his nose literally on a book that is not unfortunately is not a pleasant reading, is a more like uh, a log of everything that happens on board. We are on a in a completely different scenario. Inside a cabin, there are three men. One of them is a quite heavy build, muscular Ichthians. Agnados, one of the also known as the shark people. His head is down on this his log, and his dress with all the refined clothes of a uniform, of an Ingetherian uniform, of a captain. Close to him, standing up, because that's how you put yourself in front of a superior. There are other two people. One of them is human, quite tall and lanky figure with glasses. Also having the classic Ingetherian uniform on blue and white with stripes of red. The other one is a completely different kind of person. Is actually, it almost doesn't look like a marine at all. So, Riska, why you don't tell everyone how you look like?
I am not a human, I am a Cephiote, so I sort of look like a squid with tentacles that spawn from my chin. I have human looking eyes and human general anatomy, but definitely if you look at just my face and my profile, I very much have squid-like traits more than human-like face.
um, and do you wear the Ingetherian uniform, or you're very much more casual at the moment?
I have to wear my uniform. I don't always enjoy wearing it, but I am wearing my uniform.
It's been a couple of days after the last mission. The privateer the group that you are part of is finally came back from the war. You are try to enjoy a little bit of time off, and now that you are finally at the docks, life seems a little bit more easy. There is a little more. There is access to the port and all the beautiful things that can offer, from a tavern to shop to brothel to even just firm ground. And you're being called by the captain, and when this happens, usually it's not a good thing. The name of your captain is Stephen. Is as I describe him, is this massive, very muscular Gnados guy with very sharp, sharky teeth. He has a scar on the side of his face. Plus, recently in battle, they shot him, so is wearing a thing just to hold his arm. He put down the pen on the table, and he stayed there for just a very, very long moment. The man that is close to you, his name is Michael, and you know there is the bosun of the ship. And after a few seconds, you hear like Stephen raised his head. Oh yeah, of course. Where was I? Harper, we have a record about you, of course, and you are being a very good member of the crew.
Thank you, Captain.
You are kind of our medic when he is too drunk to work. And you keep us together most of the time, so I'm really grateful for your work. Unfortunately, and he smiled wildly, past tend to bite back. He look at you staring in your direction. You probably know that he is referring to your past. When you entered to be a privateer, of course, they were doing some research and they were digging into who you are and where you come from and etc. So, your, I will say, background as a, I don't want to say a burglar, more like a street thief, is common knowledge for some of the highest member of the crew, especially because they need to know who they work with. According to one of the report I was reading, a man shows up in town, a man that you maybe know. We need to investigate. They asked me if it was possible to send someone to infiltrate. And he keeps staring without saying anything else.
Do you know to infiltrate what? Because unfortunately a lot of people around here know me.
So, that's the thing. We don't know what he's up to. And we are trying to understand if it's just, sightseeing, or if he's actually try to plan a heist of some sort. The man I'm talking about answered to the name of Charles Vane, or also known as Vane the Cruel. Did you know anything?
I know the guy. He has a reputation. I heard about him a lot growing up. Never really got close to him, but he is well known in that circle, for sure, that's for sure.
I know it's a lot to ask, but at the moment, in the crew there is no one with your knowledge. Are you... Do I need to order, or you're willing to do the work?
No, I'd be honored to, Captain. Just wondering how long before we make the sea again? And will I be able to rejoin the crew when you do?
Hey, that's the thing, we don't know exactly. What's happened there in the capital is strange. They talking about organizing some kind of competition of some sort to decide who is the next. I don't know what was the next what. The king is mad. The king, bless his soul, but the loss of his wife it seems to have driven him to this constant anger. I'm not surprised we are at war right now, when we should be mourning. Take officially a couple of weeks off. For the records, you are being sent to land. Hopefully, we are going to be here at your return. Unless, of course, orders change. The local authorities want to put their hands on Vane.
Don't worry about this one, Captain. I got this. But also try to stay safe and keep the medic away from the bottle while I'm away.
Michael? And the man just raises his shoulder and just nod. I will do, Captain, I will do. Or at least I will try. So good. And Captain Stephen just stand up, almost filling the room with his size. His webbed finger hand is big, and he just grab yours and shake it. Enjoy your 2 weeks off. And we will try to stay in contact. Be careful.
Thank you, Captain. And I do a salute as I walk out.
The privateering situation is a little bit strange right now. Because of the war against Saria. Inget here recruiting every captain as possible, and every crew that is available has and is ready to fight. Unfortunately, that means that it's creating a lot of work that is going to end. Because as soon as the war reaches zenith, there is going to be a less and less demand for people to work and fight over the sea. You have seen this kind of situation before, you have read about those kind of situation before. But because you're cunning and your knowledge, I'm asking you to roll the first roll of this game. And I'm asking you a history roll. For the viewer,
Okay.
that's how it works. We mix a characteristic, a traits, like in this case, Riska, cunning, with a skill. In this case, is knowledge about history and lore. We mix those two things together, we roll a bunch of dice, and we keep some of them to see the result. A little bit more detail later about this, but let's see how Riska's doing.
Okay, so I have 0 proficiency in lore, but 5 of cunning, so that's 5,
It's 5
6, 8
dice.
dice, am I right?
It's going to be 6 dice because even if you're not proficient in one thing, you always keep
Right.
you always roll at least 1 dice, but unfortunately there is not going to be exploding 6s. So the best that you can do with this is a 6. Good for you. A 5 is what you're looking for.
You'll be happy to hear that I rolled a 3, a 1, a 5, a 6, and another 6. I probably
Damn.
wasted a very good roll, yes.
Oh my god!
You unfortunately wasted a very good roll, but you were needed for a 5, so you picked the 6, and that is considered your result. So it's a success, and what I'm telling you is this. In the past, situation like this one created a lot of malcontent. Immediately after a war, sailor became unrest. There was a lot to do before, and there was always new prey, new work. When everything is gone, maybe after a few months, you start to see the same sailor taking the sea without a letter of mark, becoming not privateers but pirates. And it's a cycle. The number of pirates rise, the number of the marine rise. More people get into the sea, more people get killed. And this vicious circle happens every time there is a war between nations. And this is just another one. Maybe stepping out of the boat, of the marine situation, of the privateering scenario, will do you good. But we'll see about that. There is another person that at the moment is looking for a quick escape. Has been in Geos for a few years. Has been doing quite a lot of storytelling, singing, playing songs, and etc. A bit of acting here and there, just to make amends. And at the moment, he need a new scenario. The other day, you were in a tavern doing your usual repertoire, and a bunch of Fradiker sailor came in. At the beginning, you didn't seem to recognize any of them. But after you finish your second song, one of them came closer and called you by your name. And also used a sentence that you immediately picked up. He asks you how you're doing, why you were there, how's it going. Kind of a friendly situation, but that put a big bullseye on your back.
And like I try to put as much of an Aegeos kind of talking, a way of talking, and I'm like, I just touch his hand, and I like touch him a bit back. I'm like, I'm really sorry, my friend. My name is
Inigo Montoya. You killed my friend. Prepare to die.
my name is John, and I'm not the one you're trying to. I'm not that John Leon you thought that I am. I am definitely a completely other person. I just play the bouzouki here at the local tavern.
Okay.
And I smile politely. I'm trying to be very calm about all this.
Can I have a deception roll from you, my friend?
Of course.
Why Buzuki?
And deception is with panache, right?
Exactly. So we have a combination of the skill, deception, that you're proficient with, and also your panache, also known as your charisma, the way you charm and swing. Please.
So I have 4 in panache and 3 in deception, so I roll 7 dice and I keep 3 of them.
Exactly.
And 6 is exploded usually. So my 3 highest dice are a 5, a 4, and a 6. So let me just roll this exploding 6. And see what I roll. Another 6. Wow,
Oh, and
that was well.
the situation
Enough.
seems to keep escalating.
Okay, I have to show the camera the third 6 that just came out.
Okay.
And the 2. I think I did exceptionally this time. So
Oh,
I have
absolutely. So that's what's going on.
29.
Out of a 29, for a role that was requiring a 15 to be accomplished, we have a critical. So,
Yeah,
what's
well,
happening
it's critical.
immediately as the first critical of the game, you took a critical token that can be used later on to help one of your other player. So put it down on your character sheets, and the person in question, this Frediker sailor, is just taken aback for a moment. And even if your words seems not very convincing, your mannerism and the way you're playing an instrument that was not the kind of instrument that he recalled about his friend and etc. Also, your accent is slightly different. You just apologize, take a couple of steps back, wish you the best and for the perform, and buy you adieu.
If he tries to go away, I feel a bit cocky, so I will push my luck a bit.
Oh,
And
okay.
I will just, offer to buy him a drink and ask what are Frediker sailors doing this far away from home. Well, it's not that far away, but still.
I mean, yeah, it's as everyone knows, Aegeus is pretty much in the middle of the archipelago, so this is the reason why, as we said before, it was the fulcrum of a lot of political situation in the past and etc. They declared independence 10 years ago, on date, and now it's an open port where pretty much everyone can stop by. And since the Declaration of Independence, the place started to grow, not just as a nation, but also in terms of population, because a lot of people started to leave. They flew from their country to live here. But unfortunately, it's just a small island in the middle of an archipelago. There is not enough space for everyone. So, in order to get that kind of visa to stay there, you need to pass through a long process. So, nowadays, people just prefer to just stop by, enjoy a little bit of relax out of any political intrigue or war situation that happens in their country. And now they are just enjoy a little bit of a drink in a tavern. And pretty much that is what this sailor is telling you. What I want to say is, even if your critical success allow you to, let's say, deceive your way out of this, from time to time it keeps staring, almost trying to understand why you look so similar to this old friend of him. A missing twin that clone that everyone seems to have now and there. But speaking of, what do you look like exactly? What is what these people see?
So I'm kind of medium to tall, so I'm like 180 in height. I'm medium built. I have blonde hair that I keep like a bit long, that I keep on a bun, and I have a small mustache and a tiny beard, just like here, and so eyes that look sad, a bit sad if you look at them too long.
Oh,
And I'm probably
You have a
me.
soul patch like the.
Yeah, like a bit here.
Yeah, that's not a beard. That's a soul. Wait, is it this part only?
It's this
it's a
part.
this
Oh,
part.
you have these two.
No. It's like a mustache and
They are separated
Mustache
from
and the triangle. And the triangle.
yeah,
yeah, a
the
little
triangle.
bit more of the triangle.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty much a soul patch.
Pretty much. So yeah, and I mostly wear like bright red or blue and stuff like bright colors. I like bright colors.
Help
I
also
I like being a bit flamboyant and moving a
flamboyant.
bit too much.
Help with the audience to get their attention, to make sure that they look.
Yeah, to me it feels like being on a stage the whole time. And I always keep my bouzouki with me. And my rapier.
For the non-Greek people, tell us what a buzuki is.
It's like a lute. It's like a lute, but it has, I think, a bit more sharp of a sound.
Okay.
I think that's the way I would describe it.
It's Greek lute, yeah.
It's a Greek lute, pretty much.
Small guitar, more high pitched sound.
Get just to make everyone informed, because not everyone is an expert in musical
Obviously.
instrument.
It's probably an Aegeos instrument, so that's why I picked it. Because Aegeos is a bit like Greece.
Hence the name. So, as I said, at the beginning, the man was very friendly, and he came up to you literally like treating you like an old friend. He was also speaking in Fradaker that you immediately understood. But when you started to answer back in Aegeos, it was taken a little bit, I made a mistake here. Did you ever speak with him in his native language or not?
Yes, when I talked, like after the first reaction was in Aegeos, but then when I asked him if he would like to share a drink and tell me what he's doing here, I spoke in Fradiker, but I tried to be as, how to say, as much of a not native speaker Fradiker as possible.
With a strong accent.
Yeah, with a strong accent, like if I was speaking English, I'll be hello, something like this.
Fair. Yeah, that's probably might help quite a bit with your deception, and that's good. He appreciated. He tried to speak in Aegeos back to you. His Aegeos is not very good. It's a little bit of a broken language right there, but you guys started to communicate, and you heard words like similar, or hold friend, and other things like that. Is trying to explain again what you already understood the first time.
Right. I try to take as much information as what he feels about that old friend, and what he knows about that old friend. Because I try to think from how I know him, let's say, or how he knows me actually.
Um, I need you. I need you to roll an insight.
Do I have any insight?
Oh, everyone has insight, but I don't know
No,
how much your
I
proficiency
have
and trained in it.
I, I have 3 insight. This is my
Okay,
second good
so
skill.
you are very good.
Well, I'm at my I'm let's say in my waters, like in my it's my thing. That's the whole thing.
You are in your
So
element.
insight goes with cunning.
It goes with cunning, exactly.
Excellent. So it's 6 dice for me, and I put 3. I already have 3 6s, so I'm good.
Very
That
good
was so
indeed.
Greek.
I can show you again.
You said that you are in your waters.
It was so Greek. I know. I know.
Okay.
I know that that was so Greek.
It's okay.
So
It's fun.
I don't think I even need to explode my latest 6 because I already have like something like 32.
Okay, so okay. Alex start the game with a bang. It's like critical,
I'm really
critical,
sorry.
critical.
Well, I literally rolled
Oh,
6 dice.
I
3 of them were
trust you.
sixes.
I trust you, mate.
Like
It's great.
I can show you.
Um, so as I told you, there is still that kind of feelings that the man is try to as well to look past the surface. Is try to understand if you are exactly who you say you are, or there is more. But your deception is very good, and you are able to read him back. It seems a little bit bummed that you are not his old friend. And he's also feel a little bit guilty that he said a password, a, a sentence, that it was a code for the white roses, that you know exactly what they are.
All right.
So the thing is, he used a password with he thought of friends, but apparently he also realized that he was talking with a stranger. So at the moment, there is this kind of mixed feeling of this guy's friendly. I don't think is a problem, but at the same time, do I screw up badly? That's it's terrible. I should do something about it. So he's trying to divert the conversation towards a more informal, like more like, oh, let's talk about the weather, more than listen, I need to do this. Okay, let's have it. So a cat just walk into the tavern and he jump on the on this guy.
Yeah,
And
of course. I need to love cats. You do you, Mr. Sailor.
and apparently he wants to be pet. He wants his attention. And I need to. I'm trying to recording here, and you need to get out of the room.
I love that when you said record, the cat turned to the camera and it's like, where? There?
There, yeah, there. Of course, we are gonna keep this. I'm not gonna cut it.
No, of course.
We do love our cat videos.
You're gonna make us view. You know, there are going to be people that want to just viewing this just for you. You know that. So, do you try to push a little bit more, or
I try as much as possible. I'm feeling very full of myself right now, so I'm gonna. Okay, so my first thought is that maybe this person was trying to fish something out of me, like I'm from one of the roses, stuff like that.
yeah?
But now it feels like he's more like one of them, and I do need to know more. Like what they're doing here. So I'm trying to become like his best friend. Like I am very interested in what's going on. So, and he was looking for his friend, and I'm asking for this friend. And I'm like, if he had a thing to do, maybe I could do it for you. Like something like that, like offering up help. But I'm a complete stranger. Like, but I'm like, and I'm laughing with the thing that he said that I might be his twin. And I'm like, I hope he is a good person as I am, stuff like that, or able as I am, or he could do the things that I can do with a sword, like him, stuff like that. Like trying
Mm.
to.
Okay. As you said, you're feeling a little bit ballsy, like some people will say here.
Overconfident. I will say overconfident.
Overconfident. Okay, okay. And yeah, there is a couple of things that slip out of your mouth that make him a little bit suspicious.
I kind of want him to be a bit suspicious now. Like I do want him like if I speak in Frediker, I will speak with a little bit better accent, stuff like that. But I leave them like I want him to feel like it's on purpose because he greeted me in like a loud place, and now that I'm more close to him, I try to be more of myself, and I will try to play it all as if I knew him from before. But right now I am well.
Okay, okay. It's
I'm not
it's going
close.
to it sound a little bit complicated, but yeah, okay. I'm going to ask you last roll for now. Is a persuasion roll.
Right? I'm not that good at that. Persuasion. No, I am. But damn. Oh my good.
It's panache.
I think I didn't put everything in talking though, because now that I see I have, okay, good insight, good deception, good persuasion, and I try to see everything else, and I'm like, wait, I have nothing left.
Yeah, pretty much. You are the face of the team.
I got 2 6s and the 5. Okay. So it's 6, 6, 4, 16, 21.
21. Not a critical, but still a good roll.
I'm really not looking forward to when I'm gonna roll things, because every good roll is already been taken. Chances are it's not gonna go well, and I handle dynamite.
Oh my god.
So
That's the
I'm
the
not
fun
looking
part of it.
forward to my rolls today.
And also, if I remember correctly, you said you were offering him a little bit of
Like a
alcohol
helping
and
hand.
such.
Like I want to help.
Okay.
I want to know more.
Your good persuasion and etc. make him lose a little bit. It put him a little bit of ease, and it started to getting a little bit more cordial and happy to talk. Still suspicious about a couple of times, especially when you mention the dwelling part, then he didn't, about his friend and etc. Or when you started to get a little bit more, seems anxious to help. But as I said, he seems to get comfortable and sit down and started to speak in Fradiker with you quickly. You don't know if it's just because he's too drunk and he don't understand how to speak the other language anymore, or if he's actually testing you of some sort.
Mm-hmm. I just keep smiling, like everything he says. I'm like, for everyone else looking at us, it's just me having a conversation with a friend.
Okay. So John,
That I just met.
so we were tracking down a ship, a slavery one. They were bringing a group of husk to Inget here, and we lost it in those water around here. So the captain decided to stop because maybe we were lucky enough to find them Maybe they were heading to port as well. Those poor guys need to be free. Apparently, this is headed to an island in Inglaterra. I don't remember now the name. Something up north. Whale, the city of Bone Whale, something like that. And there is a man there, an Inglaterran smuggler, that is trying to get those, as many as ask as possible, to sell them on the black market. We were just trying to collect information and such and such and such. Unfortunately, at the moment, do you speak English?
If I speak English, I speak in English, and I'm like, a bit.
That's good enough. If I try to speak it, I butcher the language. It's terrible. So we were thinking to maybe send a small team of people to look into it, because following the ship didn't work out. And you offered to help, and you speak English. I mean,
Well, I'd be happy to help. Like, you're, I'm speaking again in very broken, let's say, Fradiker. Like my expertise seems to apply to what you need, and your whole endeavor seems a bit interesting. So why not? For a bit of money, or for just I was heading into Inglaterra either way. Like for the next 3 days, I was gonna in the next few days I was gonna sail away. I was planning to. So yeah, why not? This seems interesting.
okay. I need to speak with some people. Can you wait here for me?
You can just give me the details, and I can
Listen.
can part our ways. It's not.
No, of course, but I can't give you such an important task without, letting know that my superior. So, I will be back. Stay here. And he stand up and seems to walk away, leaving you at the bar.
Stay right here.
I wanna follow him stealthily.
Oh, damn.
That's where I lose my rolls because my stealth is not that good.
Yeah, that's where.
But before
that's
we went
that's
into that, there is another member of this team that is eager to shine under the spotlight. So we leave the small island of Aegeus in the middle of our archipelago, and almost like our camera move and goes up into the sky, taking a breath, and see the vastity of the archipelago. We quickly travel. We are going to Inglaterra. We are moving towards a specific island. The island of Hapton in Kinnimore. Kinnimore is a part of Inglaterra. Inglaterra is divided in 3 sections, pretty much. Marrakesh, Kinnimore, and Valonian. It's those 3 parts of the country form the entire England. And Kinnimore is a place where there is a little bit more away from the edge of the country. It's more close to the edge of the world, or the non-world to be precise. No one knows what's behind the horizon in that direction. Hampton Island is quite big. It has a mountain section in the middle. It's covered with a lot of forest, and most of the hedge and the coast is occupied by small and bigger city and port. And we are getting to Whalebone, a port of the north side of Hampton, but not precisely into the city, not into the port, but at the edge of it, close to the farms and the woods, and sitting down with a very kind of a growling belly because the hunting didn't go well today. We have
Hi.
who we have here?
We have Hazel.
Hazel, and what you can tell about her.
Well, Hazel is a human. She has red hair, long hair, more like Ginger, I would say. She's quiet. She's a person who enjoys peace, nature, and observing people.
And if I'm
And observing people.
yeah, a little bit of a observer, not a stalker, someone that just like to see what the other do,
Potato.
and try to take it in to understand them. If I
And follow
remember
them home.
correctly, Hazel also wear a brigantine. There is around the shield on her back and a long sword on her side. There are runes painted on her cheeks and on her forehead. Something tribalist that comes from her background. But we are going to not to dig too much into that for now, because what is important right now is what Hazel is doing. You are at the edge of town. You are kind of in need of a new gig and a new job. The last one gave you quite a bit of money. You were able to enjoy your solitary lifestyle for a little bit into the countryside, but is unfortunately that moment where you need to go back and try to find something else. Because profit and capitalism is what makes this world.
Oh my
So,
god.
how do you approach this?
Well, I will go for a drink.
Fair enough. There is multiple tavern in town, especially because a port need the possibility to host as many sailors as possible. And sometimes is, proper establishment. Sometimes is just the owner of a shop that close the doors and he put some stool out in the street, and with a jug of ale or wine, it just try to sell to the locals or the sailor that didn't find a place to. You know all of those things. You have been around quite a bit. And you also know who's usually has some job for you and who doesn't.
Of course.
But I want today to see if Lady Luck is on your side.
No, no.
This time I will choose the characteristic and the skills together, using a combination of your willpower, also known as your wisdom, and your history or lore, or actually no, your survival. That's better right now. Your survival. And
Yeah, well, I have neither, so it's the same thing.
I want to see how well you're doing this.
Okay,
And it's also
so
kind of see if the people that you know they have actually something for you.
okay. So willpower +1.
Willpower +1. Yes, and you unfortunately you don't have exploding sixes.
Okay. So I have 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, and 6. So you keep the 6. Unfortunately, it doesn't explode. But
That's it.
what's happening is you eat 2 or 3 tavern or place of work. There is a guild inside of town that usually has some hunting request or a smaller quest to keep the wildlife at bay, something that you're used to. But unfortunately, this week seems there is not much for it, not much, except that before you go, this very small pointy ear girl that usually is at the desk of the hunting guild called you over. Ezel?
Hi.
Hi. So, I was looking into something and I come up with a request. It came in just a few minutes ago. Are you willing to... Just so you know, it's not your usual gig, but maybe it can be interesting?
Well, it depends. Where is it?
So, there is the usual ferry that go from here to Rock Hill.
Okay.
And they need a little bit of protection because there is a part of the river that seems a little bit treacherous, and they are afraid that there are going to be some ruffians, brigands. I don't know. Hopefully nothing of some sort. So they needed a little, as I said, they needed a little bit of protection, and they were asking for a strong.
Independent woman.
She doesn't say that, but definitely on that line. A bodyguard, and I thought you.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
According to the offer, because it's only for one day, it's only 10 silver. It's not a lot, but they also included some food and drink.
I think it's fine.
Okay, good. Also, I know. I mean, I'm just hoping for you. They are going to Rock Hill, and they're building up for the festival. So maybe a little bit of security can be good there.
I wouldn't say no to the job.
Okay, so I put down some papers, and you just need to show up at the pier tomorrow.
Fine, I'll be there tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. You saved me. I mean, everyone is busy. Everyone is out. We don't have much job, and this came out literally 5 minutes ago after you were already inquiring, and I told you now. So okay, good. Thanks, Hazel. And see you next time.
Okay, thank you very much.
And she just wave her hand in the main and see you going away. So you have the rest of the day free for yourself. Before you go, she gave you a piece of paper with all the information with pier. There is only one ferry that goes to Rock Hill, so you pretty much know which one is it. In this time of the year, when the Samhain festival come closer, people tend to try more than usual to assault ferries or chariots and other things like that along the way. So a bit of protection is not, as a request, is not unusual. As you probably guys already picked up, those events that I'm narrating to you, they are not happening all at the same time and they're all of course in the same timeline, but in a different moment in it. We are back to Riska for a second. You just left the dock. You are now facing the port. There is 7 to 8 main dock and a lot of piers. Big, large squared structure that are mostly warehouses or the harbor master office, custom and deliveries and other things like that. All of those builded in the classical Ingetherian style that is squared, quite simple, with a kind of a pointy roof that is, instead of being straight, is a little bit curved. The color of white and blue are quite persistent everywhere, but as soon as you leave the edge of the port, the rest of the city starts to be much more colorful, because this area of, and especially by Ingetherian tradition, flowers are used to decorate pretty much everything. So there is a lot of different color and that give you this big contrast with just a simple white and bluish of every structure. So what are you doing?
I would like myself a drink. I haven't been on land for a while, and I also need a change of clothes because I'm still wearing my uniform, and that's not very undercover, is it?
No, it's a little bit beyond the nose, I would say.
Yep.
The uniform they gave you, it's the sailor one. Privateers, they don't get the most high quality uniform except for position like the bosun of the captain on board of the ship. So even if you are considered a member of the Royal Navy, with the right, like just removing part of the jacket, or maybe put it inside out and wear it again, you just can look like every other Ingetirian sailor that you see around you. There is a lot of people on the docks, from Sarikart, the more reptiloid kind of people, to the Ictians like you. There are also known as the merfolk, to school, the most greenish humans that has kind of a horkish brute kind of structure. You spot a couple of Hellfire that has their very pointy ears and delicate traits. There is a mix and mesh of human of every shape and color. One important thing about the archipelago is the fact that there are only 3 races in total. The thing I told you, Alfire, to school, Nansaks, Karasiks, and etc., they are ethnicity. They are not considered different race here. They are just different ethnicity of people. The only one that are still considered race are the Ictians and the Sarikart, just because some of them, especially in shape, have such an alien form compared to the classic human shape that is difficult to not consider them different. Forgive my repetition. But the story of the archipelago told you that even people like with a different race like you, what is important here is the social status. You grow up in poverty, even if that wasn't supposed to be your destiny. So, you step into the first tavern. The atmosphere is lively. There is a lot of chatting and singing, carousing. Do you look for someone else, for someone specifically, or you are just trying to enjoy a little bit of time off before your mind go back into the mission?
No reason I cannot do both at the same time. This is a good place to gather information, and I have no idea where to start from. So I think getting a drink and having a look around is probably a good place to start.
Can you roll me a perception roll?
Of course.
Just for everyone is watching, perception is rolled with panache. Your attention to detail and how the people look around you is also a kind of extent of your own charisma.
I have a 1 in perception and 3 in panache, so that's 4
dice.
dices.
In this case, because you are proficient in panache, that means that your 6s can explode.
I was gonna say that I think it would help if we could reference the main attributes of the character, so that everyone listening can have a general idea of.
Yes, of course. Yeah, absolutely. So, just for everyone watching, brawn and strength are one of the 6 characteristics. You have your agility and finesse that allow you to be faster or very precise in what you're doing. Your endurance is your physical status, your constitution, how healthy you are. Cunning or brain is what makes you smart, and and willpower, it's literally it's kind of self-explanatory how strong your will is and how wise you are. And last but not least, your panache, your charisma, how much you can sway your way around.
So I rolled a 5, a 4, a 3, and a 6, so I'm keeping the 6, and I'm rolling another one, which is a 3. So when dice explode, do I keep
you add
both the...
You had
okay,
the original result to the new one, so this 3 became plus 6 became a 9.
yeah, it's a very average 3 on the new dice. So yeah, that's a 9.
It's a 9. That's a very good. Not completely a success, but very close to it. Unfortunately, looking in a tavern and hope that you're going to find the person you're looking for in an entire city is not an easy task. Is a little bit too much to ask about Lady Luck. You spot a young boy. His skin is slightly orangey with spot. At the beginning you think, oh, maybe he's a Nansax, but by the structure you realize, oh, actually is Alfictians. There is a little fin that came out from the back of his head, covered by the roughy long hair. And he's going around the tavern, sometimes bending or just hurting someone on purpose. The technique is not very refined, but it reminds a little bit of your younger self. The mistakes is when he finally grabbed what seems like to be a coin purse, and he stood there looking at it with wide eyes, super happy that he caught what he was looking for, and the heavy hand of the owner is just putting on his shoulder. What are you doing there? It just fall. And he just give it back. The owner just grabbed the coin purse and he looked down at the young boy, and before he can say something, he just ran away.
Interesting. I don't know if I should follow the boy or actually try and find what was in the purse.
I let you decide on that. Think about it. It looked like a coin purse. So probably the boy was just trying to get something for his next meal. You know that feeling.
Yeah, but you said he had a sense of marvel when he looked at it, right?
Yeah, like probably was a good catch.
Okay, right. I think I'm going after him, after the boy. I mean, I'll take any connection to the underworld that I can find right now. It doesn't seem like a skilled thief, but usually they rarely act on their own. So it's probably some part of something larger that can actually lead me somewhere. So I'm going after him.
And on that, roll me a survival check. Ember, I have a quick, straight up question for you. How do you plan to leave Aegeus?
Oh, there are so many things in my mind. Okay, so my ringmaster hasn't, force of habit. My ringmaster hasn't given me an exact date of departure, right?
No, he's still organizing and etc. Also, is trying to see if can give you like a companion, a buddy to travel with.
All right. Since I'm gonna be at sea for 3 weeks, I want to stock up on wine and tobacco. Also, I want to hide them, so it's my own little private stash, so I can share with anyone I want. So I need to find out with which ship will be departing. So I'm heading down the dock, and I'm trying to find the dockmaster or harbor master, whatever.
Harbor master. Yeah. I mean, there is an entire office dedicated for it. There is a little bit of a queue because you are not the only person that wants to depart, and you are standing there waiting for your turn and there is just one person in front of you, and this sailor barge in, and he started to speak with the person in front of you very quickly in Fradiker. And
Wait, do I know Fradiker? Give me a second.
you do not.
Yeah, I speak English and Jewish.
So you don't know what's going on. The only thing that you know is this guy is literally just cut the line. There is a couple of people just arguing on it because, of course, it just like started to push his way in, and etc. And he seems very, the discussion seems very active as the two of them are talking quickly. And in the meantime, Jean, you have followed this Fredegar sailor, trying to be as stealthy as possible, but he didn't seem to pay really much attention of his surroundings. So I went straight to the Harbor Master office like he was looking for someone, and you wait for a couple of seconds before, also entering and seeing him cutting the line and speaking with another person. The person in question seems to be a woman with long wavy hair that has some shade of blue, and she also wearing a Fredegar Navy uniform. And this is also, of course, the description is also for you, Amber. She has a pin on the side that is made out of crystal, but it resembles a white flower with a little bit of a drop that seems almost like a tear of blood.
Can I roll to see if I can recognize it?
Yeah, history is a quite difficult one for you.
I have history. Woohoo!
Jean, you don't need to roll.
And I roll with
Cunning.
cunning. Yeah. So
Sorry, Debbie, what was the stat behind survival?
Oh, sorry. Willpower.
Okay, thanks.
all right. So I have cunning 3 and history 1. No, cunning 2, history 1. So 3 dice.
3 dice, keep 1.
Hey, 6, 3, 1. Nice. So I get a 6.
So that explodes because you are
And-
proficient in the skill.
And the 3.
A 9. Unfortunately, except to be the fact that it seems to be a very well done brooch, and probably by the look of it, there are some golden leaf. They are making like there is a metal structure that keep everything together, and this is covered with golden leaf. It doesn't tell you much. They are keep speaking in Fredegar. The woman seems to try to calm it down or some kind of. That you hear in all of this discussion, even if you don't understand the language, you hear a couple of names. You don't know if it's the same name said in a different way, but there is definitely one name that has been repeated a couple of times, and there is a complete different name that is an Ingetherian name, so it just pop in your mind immediately. One is Jean, the other one is Charles.
What was the second one?
Charles. Are you trying to overhear the conversation?
Obviously.
Fair.
Oof.
Perception from you, and I want to hear what Hember is doing.
Okay. Since the woman is in navy form, so I guess she has some kind of. Do I see any not exactly badges, but any tags that could mean that she has a certain standing, or is she just a sailor?
Okay, so the uniform, I can tell you this because of your 9 on the history. I can tell you this: you don't recognize the symbol, but you recognize the uniform. The uniform is the Fredegar uniform with blue, red, and green. Those are the green is the main color with red and blue decoration, and that is probably the bosun of the ship. The other one is also wearing a navy uniform, a Fredegar uniform, but that's just a sailor.
Okay, so it's just a sailor shouting to a kind of superior.
Not shouting, because as I said, it's very active, but there is
He's angry.
still kind of a form of respect. They are just. It seems like very excited about something.
Okay, so there is no need for me to try to diffuse something right now. I'll just try to bypass them casually in order to ask my question to the harbor master.
Like, ask them casually.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you guys are moving on the side. We
Yeah,
are
yeah.
just moving. You know,
You
like
did
the
your
queue is moving
thing.
along.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds good.
My main thing was if he was gonna be belligerent, something like that. But since it's his superior, I'm okay. She's good. I can move on.
Okay, fair, fair. How your perception roll went?
I rolled the 5.
Oh, roll a 5. Okay. So good for you. You're speaking the language, so you know exactly what he's saying. And the thing is on the line of, oh no, I meant this man. I thought he was John. Actually, his name is John. He looks like exactly like him. Blah 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 blah. I don't know. I mean, I'm a little bit suspicious, but he offers help. He's going to Inga here, and I know, we are looking for Charles Vane, but at the same time, and he's like on the other side of the conversation, she's like, calm down, repeat it, okay? What you mean, Jean? Our Jean? You know better than me that Jean is dead. What are you talking about? And another one is like, keep like an avalanche of wars. Like, it seems really, really excited. He can do something for us. He can contact Charles Vane. Maybe can infiltrate. He can tell more about the husk and why he's trying to buy them. And it's like, and the other one is just, okay, yes. Where is this person? Oh, I left him at the tavern. He's waiting for me, and such and such and such.
He's right there.
No, I'm just plainly hiding for a bit.
Mm-hmm. You, Hember, because of this whole situation, you just taking advantage. You get in front of the harbor master. There is not the harbor master in front of you. There is just a desk worker, and he is this man that is probably in his 60s, and he's tired. And the fact that the queue is not moving along is making his life even miserable. So he's standing there looking at you.
How tall is his desk? Am I under it? Because I'm a nunsax, so I'm kind of a hobbit fellow.
Yes, you're quite small. Pretty much the desk is 1 meter. You are 120, 120 to 125. So you know, your head is here.
I approach the desk,
He looks
smiling
down
at
at you.
the.
He's
I smile at the man.
He's probably on a stool as well, so it seems like a little bit higher than he probably is.
And I greet him. Greetings, harbor master. I require some information.
Hi, love. What can I do for you?
Do you know if there are any ships leaving for Ingetir?
He's going to Ingetir. Yeah, 3 of them. 2 cargo, 1 passenger. Are you looking for work or you're looking for passengers?
I guess I'm looking for passage.
Okay. Dock 15.
Thank
He
you very much.
leaves tomorrow
The name of
morning.
the ship? Leaves tomorrow morning. Okay. And what's the name of the ship?
And you go back to to the list, you know, it's like the Queen of the Sea.
Queen of the Sea. All right. Thank you.
Next.
Chill fellow.
As I turn around, I try to walk around them awkwardly. Like
Actually,
I mean,
as soon as you turn around, she just you see her putting a hand on the shoulder of the sailor and just say something quite with a firm accent and just went to the harbor officer. So you are able to just walk around them without too many of. They don't seem to pay attention on you. But I want you to roll a perception roll, because when you turn, you are kind of a good point of view of another things that are happening.
Perception is also. Oh my god! Perception is also.
Panache.
Perception also can.
Panache.
Is
Panache.
Panache. Oh, 5 dice. Nice. Okay. All right. I got 2 6s, 2 1s, and the 2. So that's nice. I keep the 2 6s. I roll
You roll them
3 and a
again.
6. So it's 21.
Oh,
And another 6, it's a 3. Okay. So it's 24. Woohoo!
you
I-
got. You almost got a critical, but it's definitely a success. It was a little bit higher than usual difficulties, not just because Jean was kind of hiding, but also because you were not looking for. It's more like there is a moment where the two of you, your eyes met, and you realize that this young, kind of tall, blonde fella is staring at the two sailors, kind of peeking most than anything.
Okay. So I spot him. Does he spot me?
Oh yeah, as I say, the two of you lock eyes for a
Look
moment.
eyes. Look eyes.
I'm like,
So I'm like, I go near him. Hello!
Jesus! I ran outside. Like,
I run behind him. And I scream, I remember!
Guys, the scene is yours. You need to tell me what you're doing.
I'm outside. Like,
Yeah, if you run, I run.
and you say, hi, I remember. And I'm
Yeah, I
like,
remember.
why are we shouting?
Why are you running?
You scared me shitless.
I haven't seen you here. Ember Beastmaster, at your service. And I take a very deep bow.
Nice to meet you.
Jean,
I see you're skulking.
can you tell me how much do you have in survival?
Me?
hmm
I have 1.
You didn't immediately connect the name, but you've been in town for quite a while now, and you know that in the past few weeks there have been a circus in town also. So you have seen some of their poster around town. You were, just passing by from one gig to another, from one tavern to another, and of course you have seen not just him, but also other member of the circus just coming and try to put their poster on to to advertise, giving free pamphlet and etc. So you don't know him, but you have seen him.
Maybe I've seen his show or something. Maybe I've been to the show of the carnival.
I let you decide on that.
Okay. I know you, Ember. I've seen your show, like doing the thing with the bomb. I was the one that you threw the bomb at.
Through. I didn't throw anything.
Gifted.
It was part of the show. Everything went as planned.
Can I help you with something? Is it common thing that you approach random people and talk to them?
It's just that I saw you and I liked you. I showed you. No, I looked at you and I liked you. You're quite a dashing man.
I smiled for a bit. I'm taking a bit aback. Thank you. And you seem like a pretty friendly fellow. We should hang out, have a drink.
I'm going down Harbor 15. I want to check on a ship. Would you mind walking with me
You know what? Where's that ship?
down at Harbor 15?
Okay. Would you like to go there and let me have a talk with the person that was inside? I was waiting for my turn to talk to her.
What's happening, by the way? I see a lot of commotion.
By the way, you're speaking to me in Aegeus, and I am answering in Aegeus, obviously. I'm
Yeah.
speaking very clearly with them.
My default is a joke, so
No commotion. They just want able the people to help with a journey to something. Some guy named Charles, I think.
oh, okay,
I
all
was
right.
just talking to the guy. I thought I was in trouble, but I'm not apparently.
And I thought the lady was in trouble. He seems like a very how can you say this? Fired up.
Well, he got the exact same thing that happened to you. He was just excited to see me.
Oh my god. Are you famous?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And take out my buzuki.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do something else. Okay. Okay, that's an instrument. All right, you scared me for a bit. Oh,
Well,
you're a traveling musician.
not traveling. I've been here for a long time.
Really? How is it?
You are the one that's traveling with the circus.
Well, for now,
Probably.
I'm constantly traveling, and I I think, are you here to settle in Aegeus?
Yes. I'm taking that long pause and I'm like, yes. That's exactly what I'm doing. But you go to the harbor, I'll meet you there.
No, wait. I have more things to tell you.
Okay, you know what? Can you wait for me here for a bit? I really need to get to a thing.
Okay, I'll go with you.
I don't want to go alone. But if you stay
I'm sure
here,
you do.
I will help you.
Look.
I will help you get a boat.
What's your name? I didn't get your name.
I'm John.
John. Okay, yeah, John. So, John, listen. I understand you want to go alone. Everyone is alone in this world. So you will go alone, and I will go alone next to you.
Can you hide?
What?
Can you hide?
Are we doing something illegal?
You might be. You are not supposed to hear what I'm gonna say. But I
Okay,
don't mind.
then I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna.
That's not your eyes.
Yeah, but
You are one weird fellow.
yeah, yes, whatever. All right,
But
so
you're interesting.
let's do your thing. I want to see how your thing will. I want to see how your thing will escalate. Then we'll go. Then we'll talk. Then I can go to the harbor master.
Excellent.
I follow him.
Okay, I peek inside and see if the sailor is still there.
I peek right under him, like a head under a head.
Oh my god, I've got a little brother now.
She just finished talking with the harbor officer, and the sailor is there, and they are now turning and heading towards the exit where you are.
Are there any bushes around?
Outside, no.
Or the side of the building. Let's say the side of the building. I just want to grab and hit it.
Going on the side of the building.
Yeah.
Hit the deck.
Okay. And then in the meantime, you guys, both of you, roll me a stealth roll.
Yes.
We are back on someone chasing a thief.
Right.
Someone that rolled an 11 in survival.
So
I got a
you started to follow this young boy out of the tavern. You just quickly leave some coin on the table and you just started to follow him. At the beginning, the young fella seems to just look around, maybe looking for the next target, and he seems to have found someone. Is a quite broad woman with a shield on her back and a sword on her side. Long red hair. She seems to just hanging about for a moment, looking left and right. She just came out from what it seems to be the Hunter Guild, and the little fella is just stealthily try to approach her from behind. Ezel, can I have a perception roll from you?
Okay. Of course, I don't have perception, so just panas.
Yes. You keep one die, no exploding sixes. And this is a roll against the GM. Then he's going to roll as well to see how stealth this young boy is.
Please.
Oh my god. I just have a 3, so he doesn't have to be very stealthy.
You never know. Okay. Riska, you see the little boy just studying the target. You know the drill. You follow, you study, you try to find the right moment when they are doing something, or pay attention to something else, and strike. And that way he does. And this boy just grabs a small pouch and it dart into a back alley. You lost your coin.
Yes, I got that.
So, what are you doing, Riska?
I'm walking into the alley and go and talk to the boy because he seems to be picking his targets in a dangerous way, because that didn't seem like someone that would be wise to rob outside of the Hunter Guild, nonetheless. And I realize that if they realize they've been robbed, they might not be as patient as the innkeeper from before.
True. And speaking of that, Hazel, you had just had a drink. You just came out from the guild. You're now passing by the street, and there is all of a sudden the smell of this guy that you know. He has a little stool there where he sell grilled squid and cold with cheese. A smell that you recognize, and something you had it before. And as I told you, you were a little bit famished at the beginning of the day. So you reach for your mere few coins, and you realize that they are not there.
Nice.
So what's your reaction?
I guess I'm looking around to see if I can spot someone running or someone looking suspicious.
Okay.
Of course, I have a perception, so
Yeah, no, of course. Roll again.
I have a 6.
Riska, how fast are you going to try to go to get the boy?
I'm just walking, there's no exit from the alley, so there's only one way out.
Hazel, you just start to look around. You spot this Sifyode with a sailor coat, probably the navy, just looking into a alley and disappearing in there, almost like following someone.
Okay. I guess I could assume that maybe he saw the burglar and he's going after him.
Okay.
The thief.
I let you. You can assume wherever you want. Is your choice, your character. Actually, your character, your choice.
I'm gonna follow him just to see.
How stealthy are you in this operation? Just you tell me. As like I just follow, or I try to not be noticed.
No, I don't try. I just follow.
Okay. So Riska, you are following someone, and you immediately realize that someone is following you. There is the step of someone that is probably wearing a armor just behind you, probably 20-30 feet away.
Someone
Right,
armor stealthily behind you.
I didn't stealth at all.
So I know who it is, and I know why she's coming after me in the alley. Well, she's not coming after me, but I'm not sure if she knows. So I'm just telling you. The boy down at the end of the alley got your money, but is just looking to get by. Like, you should not be too mad at him. And I'm looking for information, so I'm gonna get your money back. But please leave the boy alone.
Okay, I wasn't intending, on doing something bad to the boy, but I really need that money, because, I'm a little bit tight these days.
Fair enough. So I'll walk up to the boy, which in the meantime is growing scared because it looks scared because, there's two people walking towards him in an alley with no exit.
Well, yeah, he's trapped in an alley with a knight at the end.
Okay.
And a squid, so,
That's the thing. That's what is your impression, both of you.
In my mind, you are in full plate, by the way.
She has a brigandine, so just to...
Yeah, but I just imagine a full-plated knight in a small town. I want my money.
You mind the dagger?
I'm the target.
So, Riska, Hazel, you have seen... you've seen the boy just darting in the alley. The alley doesn't seem to have an exit. And he turned and he saw first you, Riska, and after a few seconds, Hazel just walking in his direction. He started to panic a little bit. And you both see him stop and smile. And a couple of doors and a couple of windows open. And you see Bo.
Oh no!
Oh, shit!
Okay.
And behind you, a couple of figures step out. Probably late teen, very dirty clothes and etc. One of them has a small mace in his hand. Very, very rough weapon, probably handmade. And the other one is cracking his knuckle, and they have some scar and signs of previous fight. And the poor boy just doing this with his hands and say, "Sorry, wrong place, wrong time. You shouldn't follow people."
And I wanted to be nice.
Right.
Yeah, let the war crimes begin.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yes.
So what's your reaction, guys?
Well, do I see that happening?
Oh yeah, it's happening in front of you.
They're aiming at you.
I'm going. I'm going in.
Yeah, it's